The pool is in your backyard like forever. You can't just trade it in like a car. It's a big investment. Once you commit, you're really committed to whatever pool and options you buy and to whatever contractor you choose. So we're not trying to scare you here. We're just trying to let you know that in a lot of areas of Virginia, this is the reality. People get into this initially thinking this might be simple, then they realize, I got a lot of decisions to make, and actually there's a lot of risk associated with this purchase. We wanted to just shoot a quick video about 5 problems and 5 solutions to help you overcome those challenges. You might be starting to realize there's a lot more to this decision than you thought. And at least that's the case with a lot of folks that we've worked with over the past 25 years around here. So 5 things to look out for if you're thinking about buying an in-ground pool in Virginia. Number 1, soil types. There is various soil types across the state. If you're on the coast, you could be sandy with high water tables. If you're in the central part of the state, it could certainly be hilly. There's clay soils. There can be expansive soils. If you're further west or north, there can even be rock in the ground in a lot of those areas. We basically have the full gamut of types of soils in Virginia. So why is that a challenge? It can impact your budget. As you start the project and encounter rock or groundwater or significant soil issues, there's a good chance that the contractor is going to have to come back and recoup some of those costs. So how will you know what's going on with that? Well, number 1, a lot of times you won't know. Although it's a good idea to get a soil test, a lot of customers opt to not have an engineer do a soil test in advance because there's a low likelihood of finding any issues. So a lot of times the contractor will just come in and open the ground up during construction, and you don't really find out what's going on until you start. So what's the solution in that point? You need to make sure that you're talking with a pool company that knows how to handle those situations. They know what to do if they get into high groundwater and they're having cave-ins. They know how to handle that situation quickly and effectively to communicate well with you, because they're likely going to be billing you by the day or even by the hour. But the more time it's going to take them, the more it's going to cost you. So the solution is, when you're going through your vetting process, try to find a contractor that knows how to handle those situations, that they have a plan, that they can communicate that well, not only how to do it, but they can articulate how that might impact your budget. Number 2 is elevation changes. All across the state of Virginia, in most areas, there's elevation changes, meaning there's sloped backyards in a lot of cases. Depending on where you are in the state, you might either have completely flat land, like down in the Chesapeake, Virginia Beach area, or if you get up in a little bit north or go west, or even in parts of central Virginia, you might have some elevation changes, some steep hills, maybe even mountains. And why that's a challenge is because that too can impact your budget. The solution here is proper planning. So if you have a sloped backyard, you're going to have to work with that. You're going to have to find a way to take a sloped backyard and make it level. So a lot of times that might include retaining walls or building up areas for patio spaces. You want to avoid surprise costs. You want to avoid getting slapped with a big change order midstream because a contractor came in and started a project without a full plan at the onset. So the solution is, as you're getting your bids together and your proposals and your estimates from various pool contractors, you just need to make sure that you're getting a full proposal and that you're not getting something like a square foot price, a square face foot price, that you're getting a full budget number, that everything is mapped out in terms of specific wall heights, if you need retaining walls, specific step numbers, that all these things are mapped out well in advance, that it's all included in your budget, in your contract. So make sure that you are doing your due diligence there and that you get all that stuff mapped out. And if you don't know what questions to ask, you can always turn to the internet. We can also help you with that. We are here to help. Just reach out and we'll answer any questions that you have. Number 3, permits. All across the state of Virginia, you've got a wide array of municipalities, counties, and cities that handle their permitting process in different ways. In some areas, it's not that big of a deal. You go in, you apply for a permit, you get the permit, it can happen in a matter of weeks. But in a lot of other areas across the state, that's not the case at all. It is a big challenge in that it can take a long time. It's actually a pretty complicated process. And a lot of times now they are requiring additional work be done, such as engineering, grading plans, SAP reports. You might not really know what any of these things mean. And so that's the point, right? We're trying to help you understand that this can be pretty involved. All these things are factors. They can really add to the complexity of just getting a building permit so that you can build a swimming pool. So that may or may not be the case with you, but it's something that you need to look into. So what's the solution? Well, you really want to work with a pool contractor who's familiar with the process. They can help hold your hand through that because it is complicated, even on our end. Now, these things are always changing, so we have to stay on our toes to try to stay on top of that. That way we can help navigate you through that process, because we handle the permit in a lot of cases, but some of these other things we might not handle, but we can hold your hand and help you to get through that process. The point is, you want a contractor that's familiar with your locality. They know the process and they can help you get through that so that you can get that building permit and you can start your project. Number 4 thing to look out for is surprise costs. So I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but this is something that we've seen over the past 25 years, over and over again, not just in Virginia, but frankly, we have relationships all around the country with pool contractors. And this is something that's a big problem everywhere in the pool industry, unfortunately, because what a pool contractor could do is they could come in and kind of give you a very basic price for a base model installation and just completely not mention a lot of the other expenses that are involved with that. So one form of that might be, something that's actually needed to install the swimming pool. They could just intentionally omit those things. This could be water, it could be labor, it could be the hauling of the swimming pool, it could be anything. It could have something to do with the installation of the pool shell, or it could be some other accessory or option or peripheral issue that's related to the pool that maybe they're going to do down the road, such as retaining walls, additional patio, fence work. And kind of the classic way that they might approach this would be, let's just get this pool project started and let's worry about that other stuff later. It's going to be about this much. It's going to cost about this much a square foot or a linear foot. That should be a red flag. You don't want to go into any project until you understand the full scope and breadth and budget for that project. That's our advice to you, because otherwise you're going to end up with surprise costs and your budget is probably going to be more than you anticipated. Number 5 thing to look out for. We've helped to overcome this. It's leaks. Leaks in swimming pools, specifically around any type of pool. Like, any type of pool can leak, and it doesn't matter if it's a fiberglass pool, a concrete pool, a vinyl liner pool, they can all leak. And a lot of times these leaks, especially with fiberglass, aren't in the shell at all. In fact, it's rare that you would actually see a fiberglass pool shell leak. 99 out of 100 times, if it happens 100 times, it's gonna be in the plumbing, it's gonna be in one of those fittings, like the return fittings that shoot the water back into the pool. It's gonna be in the lights, it's gonna be in the light conduit in some of these areas. And the problem with this is, it might seem like, oh, it's pretty straightforward. Well, actually it's not, because a little leak can be a big problem, because a lot of times you might be taking up patio to do that repair. And when you have a leak, you're introducing water around the outside of a shell, and that can lead to more settlement, which can lead to more leaks, which leads to more water and more settlement. It's a vicious cycle. So you want to prevent that. So the question you might be asking is, well, how do I prevent leaks in my pool? I don't even know how to put a pool in. Well, this speaks directly to a pool contractor's workmanship warranty. So there's 3 types of warranties that are going to be important to you as you do this research. One is going to be on the shell itself or the vessel itself. Another one's going to be on the manufacturer's warranty of the pump, the filter, the automation panel, the lights. All those components have warranties that come from those manufacturers. But the third warranty is one that most people don't think about, and it's the workmanship warranty that you will actually have with your pool contractor. The standard in our industry is 1 year just for all work, and that will be a default warranty if there's not something else expressly stated. So if you want to protect against leaks or settlement or some of these other issues that can come down the pipeline that could affect you down the road, you're going to want to ask about that workmanship warranty. So one of the things that we've done over the years at River Pools Virginia, as we encountered problems, which we have over the years, we fixed those problems, but we also asked, why did this happen? And so as this would happen over the years, we would make little incremental changes and improvements to our installation process until now we have a fully developed installation methodology that's unique to fiberglass pools, and it virtually eliminates leaks as a concern for our new pool installation. So therefore, we can give a great warranty. It's a 5-year limited warranty. We feel really good about that because we've virtually eliminated that issue as it stands today. So those are the 5 things that we hope that you'll research as you go through this process of learning and deciding on an in-ground pool. We want you to know that we're here to help you, whether you buy a pool from us or not. We honestly want you to have a good pool. We want you to have a good experience, and we want you to love your pool when it's done. And if you buy a pool from us, that's great. If you don't and you have questions, we are here to help. We are happy to be your guide. You can call us, and we're happy if you just want to bounce questions off us, even if you're not thinking about a fiberglass pool. We have experience. We're happy to help, and we'd love to just have a conversation with you. Thanks, and hope you have a great day.